Hi, this is George Alex again. This is day 30 today of the peaceful protests in Sofia, Bulgaria. I am not a professional reporter, so please excuse me. I'm shooting this video myself. I don't have my cameraman, my friend, who is really filming me. I've put down some notes, so I'll be reading a bit because I would like to update you what's happening here. So, day 30 from this protest. Let me tell you briefly the chronology of events. How it all started. We have a government right now that is supported by around 20% of the Bulgarian votes. It is not really legitimate, and they are in power. Ever since the first day they came to power, they changed the law to adapt it and adjust it so that a person from the mafia, a person from the underground world could really take the position of one of the leading people in in security services, in national security. So this person has a huge record of mafia, different crimes. He's part of the organized underground world. So that's how it all started. Then they said it was a mistake, but thousands of people were in the streets of Bulgaria and they were protesting because it's been going on for ages like that. They were trying to mock us, to ridicule us, and to do things their way at the expense of the whole Bulgarian nation. In fact, Bulgaria is a European Union member state, but it's the poorest because there's a lot of crime that goes unpunished, and there are so many people from the mafia who are in power. Ever since the changes in 1989, we have had all those communist governments changing color, but in fact never changing their ideology of stealing, crime, racketeering. So after they did this initial political gaffe, then they said kind of sorry. Then they said that they had some real transition and changes were about to come. So you can expect the changes. They started appointing other people to be deputy ministers, to be different people of high positions who are no less criminal than this first guy. And we are again in the streets, sometimes 20,000, sometimes 30,000. Even at Fox News they said we were 70,000 one night. So at our most conservative estimate, we have been around 100,000 people at least in Sofia, even though in many other cities of the country protests are going on in the city squares and in the streets of the cities. So what has this government done so far? They are claiming that they are doing their social policy, and that's why there are people who support them and who want them to be in power. Well, in fact, they did one or two things just to fulfill and accomplish their populistic promises that they gave before coming to power, but I wouldn't say that that's much, because we know that people who have no values, who have no ethics, they cannot do much. At the same time, they're changing the course of the nation from the European Union, from Europe. They're turning us back again to Russia. So Vladimir Putin is coming again to sign treaties, to sign agreements that will enslave us for the future generations, because Bulgaria is going to borrow money from Russia at incredible interest rate. This is part of the mafia of, let's say, criminal activities that go unpunished. So what does the court and the prosecutor do? Nothing. All the Bulgarian institutions right now are part of the same system, and they do nothing. Completely ineffective, completely kind of negligent to what is going on. And these protests, every night we're marching the streets and we're shouting and screaming for 30 days now, and people are telling the government to resign. And believe me, they don't want to listen. They wouldn't listen because they haven't finished what they had planned. So right now they are claiming that they're talking to non-government organizations, but in fact these guys are again part of their own system. So they have this habit of creating their own opposition. They have this habit of inviting people who are kind of different thinkers, but in fact they say the same thing. So believe me, these people who go to have a dialogue with the government, in fact they say, well, let's give them a 6-month period or a year period and let's see what they can do. Well, we have seen enough. We have seen a lot of corruption, we have seen a lot of crime, we have seen a lot of lies, and we have seen a lot of unprecedented crimes going on. And this is obnoxious. our parents, our grandparents are suffering. You can't believe it, but they receive about 50 or 100 euros per month. This is what they live on, and all these mafia guys, they continue to spit in our faces. So today I wrote an open letter that I addressed to the Bulgarian Ombudsman and to different institutions abroad and different media. Please support this mail. Send as many mails as possible. Don't just click the links and like, but send the mails. They need to see what's going on, because the media in Europe, the media in the world is kind of, well, not very expressive as to what is going on, because I could see just, let's say, a few words here and there, but they do not really say what's going on and what's behind the curtain. So, this is George Alex. I'm not a reporter, I'm just a citizen. And, believe me or not, protests are going on. So, this is just part of the people who are left. All the rest have gone home now, because it's 9:15 p.m. and it's Saturday. We have been going on with no weekend, with no rest, at night, in the morning, during the day. So people coming and going. And the great thing is that Bulgaria is waking up and saying no to corruption, saying no to mafia. Please help us with that. We don't want this situation to continue forever. Thank you, friends, and thanks for your support.